But here is Cleland versus Leslie for the lead. 40 miles an hour at the Melbourne hairpin. Out of the hairpin. Leslie is going for it. He's on the inside on the left. And he's got ahead. A Honda leads. Gets inside. Having another go. And he's got out outside many, but he's gone straight through. Beautiful, beautiful.
Welcome to Barcelona and the garden of the Juan Carlos Hotel. This is a far cry from the frenetic world of super touring car racing. Why have we chosen a racing theme to introduce our new Accord? Well, in 1995, as part of a pan-European program to increase awareness and the image of the car, we competed in 3 countries, Belgium, the UK and Germany. How did we get on? Well, on the track, we scored 5 podium places and 24 top 6 finishes. That's not bad for our first season. And as far as the media coverage is concerned, we got a lot of coverage both on television and in the printed press. So encouraged are we with the coverage we've received, we'll race again in '96 using the new Accord. And who better to introduce that car to you than one of those super touring car drivers?
I not only drive the Honda racing car, the Accord racing car, but I also drive a Honda Accord on the public roads, and I drive something like 40,000 miles a year on the roads, as well as many miles testing and racing during our racing season, some 25 races.
David Leslie, number 20, retakes the place, goes up to 5th position.
One of the number of the things that we find that helps the racing car so much is the standard Accord. The Accord we're driving now has got 3 main things that are particularly good. We have a very strong engine in a 2.2 litre VTEC engine. We have some terrific suspension with a double wishbone suspension, something that no other car and touring car has at the moment. And also we have a very good aerodynamic package whereby at high speed and we can reach something in the region of 165 miles an hour while racing. It helps us tremendously. This is the first time I've driven the new Accord, and I'm very impressed. It is that bit quieter, that bit smoother, slightly better on the suspension, and really enjoying it. The engine in the 2.2 VTEC that we have at the moment that we're driving is new into the Honda range, into the Honda Accord range. It is a superb engine with the VTEC. It is able to drive very easily and fuel efficient at low revs. And when you get up and you drive a little bit harder, the engine changes that note and becomes much more responsive, and you get that little bit extra get up and go. And with such a variable engine, it really makes driving a nice pleasure. We are cruising away around some twisty roads at the moment. It is totally effortless, and it feels as though we're doing it with great finesse. For the racing car, we start with an engine supplied by Honda. It is a standard engine. We are allowed to change a number of things, but the cylinder block and the cylinder head all remain standard. We change a number of internal pieces to make a bit more power, giving us 300 horsepower instead of the 150 we currently have at the moment. So while we're altering some things, the actual basis of the engine is very much the same as a road car. And starting with such a good basis to start with has helped us tremendously in getting our engine onto par with everyone else's. During our seasons racing in 1995, we've done approximately 97 races. And during those 97 races, we've had no engine failures whatsoever, which has got a lot to say for the reliability and the strength of the Honda VTEC engine. Because when you are racing, it's not a case of being nice to anything or anyone. We are very hard on our engines. We give them as much grief as we possibly can in order to get the maximum out of the car. And sometimes we break things, but the engine is not one of the things we've been able to break. This is something you will not find in our 1996 race car, a diesel engine. This is a first for Honda cars worldwide, and it has been done in response to European market demand. When you come to drive this car for the first time, the things that you'd look out for are the flexibility of the engine, especially between, say, 2,000 and 5,000 revs, and also the lack of turbo lag. This has been achieved by the use of an electronic throttle, or a system that some of you know as fly-by-wire, as used in Formula One cars. If you add these things to the Accord that you already have, with the double wishbone suspension and the aerodynamic package, it makes for a car that is especially welcome into the range of the Accord. When we are racing, we can reach speeds of up to 160 mile an hour plus, as we do in Germany. We were the quickest people in a straight line, and that was purely down to the original shape of the Honda Accord. But those aerodynamics on a road car also help the stability for any side winds we may come across. They're also very good for the fuel consumption, and particularly good for noise, because with such good aerodynamics we cut down all the wind noise from the windows or from the mirrors. And all those little pieces added together just help for making such a quiet, comfortable car. So the aerodynamic work by the Honda engineers make for a comfortable car for the road car and make for a very quick car for the racing car. The suspension has been altered a little, but what is best about the suspension is a double wishbone setup. This is something that is really super for us in the touring cars. Double wishbone suspension has been renowned for many years as being the best suspension available. It's been used on Formula One, it's been used all the way down to Formula Ford. And to have that available on a road car makes for such a wonderful ride. It helps tremendously for cornering in the quicker corners. It is very good over the bumps. And even under braking, you have very good control, and the wheels are allowed to go exactly where you want them to go. You can set it accordingly to give you a nice level of stiffness, or also a very comfortable, smooth ride, depending upon exactly the type of road that you're on. The double wishbone suspension is a little bit more expensive than the McPherson strut suspension used by most people, but we at Honda think that it is definitely worth it. To make an outstanding race car, first you need an outstanding road car. The Honda Accord is that car. Here in Barcelona, we have devised a very interesting route, as well as a very interesting car for you to try. If you look out for the points that I mentioned before, I'm sure you will enjoy your stay here in Barcelona.